Hello everybody, this is Monty with Flowers by the Bunch. So today I am going to make somewhat of an asymmetrical arrangement. It is actually for a sympathy piece that will go to the home. And so I am going to arrange it directly into a glass vase. So this is a square glass vase. That I have filled with fresh water, a little bit of flower food, and I am going to add a touch of greenery. So this is just leather leaf fern. I'm going to use my floral knife. I'm going to pull off any fronds that don't look nice, and I'm using my floral knife to just cut that stem at an angle and just drop it right down into the water. I'm not going to use a whole lot of this greenery. I just really needed kind of a base to be able to make my flowers stand up. So that's the reason I am using a little bit of leather. Next I'm going to come in with, this is called Nagai. Nagai is a foliage. I have never seen it growing, but it's just a pretty dark foliage. It reminds you a little bit of Italian ruscus. It's just pretty. I'm going to tuck that right in. And here is a second piece that I'm going to add to my vase. All right. Next I'm going to come in with some lime flower. So this is called Larkspur. You don't see me use it very often. I will say it's really not my favorite lime flower, and the reason is because it's not very full. It's pretty sparse, and so that's not my favorite part about it. And so that's the reason I don't use it very often. But we've struggled a little bit lately getting lime flower. I've been able to get some snapdragons, a little bit of delphinium, but no, I haven't had a really easy time getting bells of Ireland. I really like bells of Ireland, and so I don't know, I think it's because the weather has been too wet, so bells are hard to come by. I called my wholesaler yesterday and got a few liatris, which I don't use very often, but it's fun to use, and I got a few bundles of the Lark. Now the Lark reminds me a lot more of a garden looking flower, but again it's a little sparse for my taste, and so I don't get it quite as often. But I am just taking this Lark, and I'm kind of, you can see it's going to kind of be tall over here on one side. Next I'm going to come in with some white stock. With my white stock, I'm going to do a shorter side of this arrangement. So a lot of times we do symmetrical arrangements, meaning they're the same on both sides. And today I thought, just for fun, we would make an arrangement that was asymmetrical. So it means that it's not even. It's kind of got some height on one side, it's kind of got a dip in the center, and then it's low on the opposite side. And so I just thought this would be a pretty arrangement and something a little different. We have sent several things for this service, and so I thought, let's do something that's a little different from what we've been doing. Next we're going to come in, let's see what else we have over here. We have some beautiful white lilies. These are white oriental lilies, and orientals have a really pretty fragrance. I'm going to take and strip off some of the foliage on these lilies. This lily has some bumps and bruises, so I pulled that bloom off. And I am just going to actually tuck these lilies kind of deep down in the center of this arrangement. Excuse me, I had a little tickle in my throat this afternoon, so I apologize for clearing my throat. I'm going to be sure to go ahead and remove the pollen from these lilies. just so that it does not stain that lily when the lily opens up. So I just removed it. I just pulled it right out of the lily and I'm just throwing it away. And I have one more open lily, so we're going to tuck that open one right down into the center of the arrangement. All right, so we have our lilies kind of in the center, our stalk is on one side and our lark is on the other. Next we're going to come in with some hypericum berries. So we have some beautiful green hypericum berries. I'm going to take and strip that foliage off that stem. And I am going to tuck some of these berries over here by the larkspur. Now hypericum berries come in lots of colors. They're also called coffee berries. And they come in reds and burgundies, a little bit of a orangey pinky color, green, creamy white. They're really a fun added thing to your flower arrangements, in my opinion. They kind of give us a different texture. I just love the look of them. Next we're going to come in with some green roses. So these roses are kind of an apple green. I think these are green tea is the variety, but it's just a really soft, very soft green color. I'm going to take a wire and I am going to wire these stems. So let me show you. I like to wire the heads of roses. So I take, this is about 1/3 of a piece of florist wire. I've cut it in 3 pieces. This is 21 gauge. It's my favorite gauge to use in floral design. It's not too heavy, but it's not too light. I'm going to take this wire and I'm going to press it right here into the calyx of the rose. So the calyx is the little swollen green part right under the head of the flower. I'm pressing it into that calyx and I'm just twisting it right around that stem. What that's going to do is just guarantee that my rose is going to stay up. That little head is going to stay firm and stay up. And I am wiring each of these roses. I went ahead and popped off those thorns just because they bite, so I just popped those off. All right, I am going to, let's see, I think I'm gonna nestle some of these roses just right into the lilies here. I'm removing those thorns. And I'm just taking my floral knife and running it right down that stem to remove those thorns. And it's just strictly because they bite. It's not really to extend the life of the flower. It's just because they bite. So that's why I'm cutting them off. I don't believe that they would, nobody's really gonna mess with this arrangement. So I don't feel like if you left them on, it would be a problem whatsoever because nobody's really gonna grab the arrangement. I just tucked those roses in. I just like to remove them just because they bite me more than anything. I have some beautiful greenery and some mini carnations that I'm going to add to this arrangement. So the greenery we have chosen this is called Israeli Ruscus. Israeli Ruscus is kind of a shorter, compact greenery. Dark green lasts so long. Like I took an arrangement home not too terribly long ago with Israeli Ruscus and the greenery is still pretty. I actually had Billy Balls or Crispidia tucked into the arrangement and Israeli Ruscus, and those two, the Billy Balls and the Israeli Ruscus, are still pretty, and that's been back in March when I took that arrangement. So it's crazy how long foliage will last as long as you take care of it. And the Crispidia or the Billy Balls dried beautifully. So that has been kind of fun to see how well they dried. These are mini white carnations. They're just very sweet and very long lasting. My thoughts are I'm going to put them over here with the larkspur and kind of give us a little height with our mini carnations. Just kind of sprinkle those right in. Now, mini carnations have lots of small flowers on them, and so I like, especially when you're making a short compact arrangement, you can pull all the little buds off and use them as individual flowers. Now, in a larger arrangement, I am taking one stem with lots of little buds and just tucking that right in. But the shorter stems that would have fallen, they would have been not in the right place in this arrangement. I'm just cutting those, and I'm just tucking those kind of deep down into the center of the arrangement. So you're able to use those flowers, which really works wonderful. All right, next we're going to add a little more greenery, and we are going to call this arrangement pretty. I have got some spiral or baby blue eucalyptus. If you have ever wondered, you know how you can smell like a eucalyptus oil or something like that? This is the eucalyptus that you're smelling. It's baby blue or spiral eucalyptus. It smells just like eucalyptus oil. Now, when working with it, some people are allergic to it. So sometimes if you find that your hands break out when you strip the foliage, be sure to wear like a gardening glove when working with it, because it will cause a little bit of a breakout on your skin, but it smells so wonderful. I don't have really any issues with it, but some people do, so be careful. But I'm just taking my hand and I'm just stripping down that foliage. And again, if you find that you break out when using it, be sure to wear like a glove so that it doesn't cause any kind of allergic reaction, because it can be something that you could be allergic to. Oh, but it smells so pretty to me. Oh, I missed my vase. So every once in a while, if you don't watch, you might stick the stem in and come outside the vase. Just be sure that you just move that right back into the vase. Okay, and lastly, now I'm going to be honest, I don't know the name of this. I know it's a type of palm, but I'm not exactly sure the name. I thought we would tuck a couple of these fronds in, and I'm really not going to try to cut it. It's got a, I don't know, I could probably cut it. And I am just going to stick it over here with height. I love the variegation on this stem, and it's really interesting. It's kind of a fun and interesting type of foliage. So I ordered from our Greenery guy out of Florida. I just asked him to send me a couple of bundles of mixed foliage, and so this came in my bundle of mixed foliage, but it's kind of fun and different and interesting, so it worked really well in this arrangement. So this is our asymmetrical arrangement, and it's made with all neutral colors. So I have greens and whites, just because I always think I really like the look of a sympathy arrangement with all white and green flowers. I just think it's very soothing and pretty. and just a little different. Guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about how I arrange this or anything dealing with the flower shop, I am so happy to try to answer those questions for you. If you like this video, please be sure to subscribe to our channel, and you can hit that little subscribe button right down below, and if you'll hit that little bell, it'll give you notifications about when we have a new video. Guys, thank you so much for being here, and we will see you real soon. Have a great day.